What's up, guys? This is John from VG Cinemas, and finally today I'm joined by my colleague or friend or whatever you want to call it. I'm here with Brendan today. Brendan, welcome back. Anything you'd like to say to the viewers?
Thanks a lot, man, and I'm very excited to finally be back with you guys and share my opinions on some stuff.
Yeah, so today you guys are going to be watching a little gameplay at COD Ghosts. I'll tell you guys more about what I think about COD Ghosts. I got some choice words for Infinity War, but you guys will see that maybe next episode, maybe next video. I'm not sure. You know, you guys will see that coming in the near future. My first impressions of COD Ghosts. But anyway, guys, we'll get right into this. This video is going to be with The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 4, Indifference. This is going to be our review on the episode. Just to start out, I'll tell you our ratings on the video, then we'll get into the actual review, the in-depth review of this episode. Brendan, you go ahead and start out first with your rating of the episode.
I really enjoyed this episode, guys. I thought it was one of the best episodes so far of Season 4. And, definitely overall great episode. I'd probably have to give it a 9 out of 10. I'd give it a 9 out of 10 just because I'd like to see just a tiny bit more action in the Walker scene. So that's about it for me. What about you, John?
All right, yeah, 9 out of 10. It's almost a perfect score. I'm actually going to give it an even higher score, not quite a 10. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 because I really didn't see anything wrong except for, they didn't really do anything with the prison this episode. They actually, not really, they did not do anything with the prison. They didn't even mention it. They had Rick and Carol leaving for their run, but they didn't show really anything else about the prison. So anyway, we'll hop right into it. First off, we see Rick and Carol going on their run. We do see a little bit in the prison with Carol saying goodbye to Lizzie, I think her name is, and we do see just them packing up basically, and how they're really not talking about what happened when Carol killed Tyrese's girlfriend Karen and David. Tyrese's girlfriend is not David, just Karen is Tyrese's girlfriend, in case you guys were wondering. But anyway, so we see Rick and Carol going on that run in that suburb area where they find the two hippies. I forget their names. I'm not really going to say it because I just flat out forget their names. But Brennan, you go ahead and tell us a little bit about that scene.
Yeah, it looked like, a couple stoners maybe.
Yeah, they're big-time hippies.
Yeah, big-time hippie stoners, man. They're just hiding in a bathroom or whatever with a walker free in the house.
We got fruit, man.
Honestly, it didn't look like they were well prepared for a zombie apocalypse, guys. Seriously, they're hiding in a bathroom and didn't kill the sole walker in the house. So what happens with this scene, guys, is we are in the house. Rick and Carol have finally met these two. And, Rick asks them, obviously, the 3 questions to try to get him into the prison. And, he asked the, mud lady or whatever from the first episode these 3 questions before she, killed herself. So, now that we have Rick asking these guys them, he wanted to make sure that they could pull their own weight. He sends them both out on runs in the little subdivision to see if they could collect any gear for themselves. Now, since they really didn't, you don't see a whole lot of them after he sends them out. So then, he tells them to meet back at, a specific time. They're both not back. Him and Carol, both go out and search for them. They find a leg, and it turns out to be the leg of the lady. And if you remember, she said she had a bum leg. That's probably how the walkers caught up to her. Now, since she has the bum leg, they probably caught off to her. I don't know how her leg got cut off. That was kind of a weird scene for me. But, they obviously killed her and they were eating her alive, adding one more walker to the population, all that. And then they can't find the guy. The guy's gone. They don't know where he's been. And
I hope he comes back, honestly. I hope that they find him or he finds them or something goes on with that, because he was a pretty cool guy. I liked him. But, anyway, we also see Daryl and his group go to the vet hospital, which in the last video of The Walking Dead, I said how I don't think they're going to make it, but they do, which I was kind of surprised since they didn't have a car, but they ended up hot wiring one. And on the way to the prison, I mean, not the prison.
Wait,
On
if
the
I
way
could
to the
say
vet
something
hospital.
real quick, I think that was a pretty clever idea of them to find that car, and Daryl actually having the skills to hotwire it. But go on.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But when they're kind of getting the brush off the car, Tyrese basically tries to commit suicide. He's kind of turned into a suicidal character, really. He tries pulling that walker onto him, which is kind of, I mean, I don't know. If you want to go out, just off yourself, really. If he wants to go out that bad, maybe you just can't find the courage to. But he really wanted to die, it seemed like. And then Michonne and maybe Daryl both kind of got rid of that walker, which I thought was really good because I like Tyrese as a character. He's my favorite character in the whole show. You guys probably know that by now. But I really like Tyrese, and I hope he sticks around for a long time. Brian, what do you think about Tyrese?
He's definitely a really cool character. If any of you guys have actually read the comic books, very cool character. I'd like to see him stay around for a bit longer in the TV show because he's, of course, in the comic book for quite a while. And I definitely enjoy him as a character. He has his hammer and all that, but definitely starting to turn suicidal, maybe.
He's tarting.
Yeah, he's tarting, not starting. I mean, he's just starting to, turn suicidal. I'm just not really sure what to think on that. What about you, John?
Yeah, I mean, I already said I really don't like that Tyrese is doing that because I hope he sticks around. Hopefully his luck keeps going. Hopefully the group keeps looking after him. But also, when they get to the vet hospital, they get all the medicine they need, and then somehow Bob finds some alcohol, finds some alcohol, but
Looks like some Jack Daniels, perhaps.
No, it was not Jack Daniels, but anyway, he finds some liquor and he puts it in the bag. Doesn't even get any medicine. He's a stingy little bastard. Gets some stuff for himself, and he wouldn't let go of the bag because he didn't want to get in trouble. They end up getting the bag, and they see the alcohol, and Daryl goes off on Bob. Man, he just gets all up in his grill. He's pushing him. He's acting like he's gonna kick him out of the group, which I thought he was going to. I kind of wish he would because he seems like he's just not gonna be a good addition to the group. I mean, if he's just gonna do everything for himself, he already killed one character when trying to get alcohol, so he's just doing everything for himself. He's not really with the group, so I think they need to kick him out. But also, I mean, speaking of people getting kicked out, Carol gets kicked out of the group. This is huge, guys. I mean, Carol, she's been around since the beginning, almost the beginning, but she's one of the main characters in the whole show, especially at this point in the series, and she just gets kicked out by Rick. I mean, he's starting the Ricktatorship again, it seems like, he kicks her out and tells her, she can fend for herself, which I personally don't think she can. She's good with a knife, but really, what is that going to do for you? I mean, that's short range.
All right, let's be honest here. Honestly, Daryl and Rick are the only people that can survive by themselves in a zombie apocalypse. Carol does not have the skills to do that.
I mean, maybe Tyrese in a good state. Maybe Tyrese in a non-suicidal state could also, but maybe that's just me being a Tyrese fan. But, I mean, yeah, there's really not many characters who can survive on their own. Especially, I mean, Herschel could, but not with his, no leg. He can't do it with that, but if he was a young Herschel with a leg could probably survive on his own. But, of course, characters right now in the show, at the time that we're in, really only Rick and Daryl. I don't know, Bob could. Bob, because he did before. So Bob apparently can survive on his own, at least for a little while.
That was about 2 years, maybe. He's been by himself. And plus, they said he was a medic in the Army before, so he actually has a training.
So, I think Bob could survive on his own, too, which, I mean, kick him out. He could survive on his own, just do it. But, anyways, so Carol gets kicked out. He gives her some stuff. We're definitely going to see Carol. Well, I'm not going to say definitely because I'm not going to give promises out to people. But I think we're going to see her again. I mean, it's Carol. She's a huge character. Why wouldn't we see her again? I mean, this character build up with how she's evolved over time and how, Rick has kicked her out now is a pretty big deal. I mean, he said it's because he wouldn't want her around his kids. I think it's more because he doesn't want her to get killed by Tyrese, really. I mean, once Rick tells Tyrese, he might even search for Carol to try to kill her. I mean, really, he got in a fight with Rick over nothing, and that's just nothing. Literally zero things that Rick did. He didn't cause the death of Karen and David, and Tyrese tried to fight Rick. That's a lot for just doing nothing. So, I think that Carol is probably a good thing that Carol left, just because for the sake of her life, really. I mean, what do you think about that, Brendan?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if he just punched or tried to fight actually Rick just over a little, or Rick actually did nothing. He didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
So if he tried to, fight and attack Rick for that, he'd, murder Carol in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he'd just take that hammer of his and just put it right through her head. I mean, honestly, I hate to be brutal about it or blunt about it. That's really what he'd do. I mean, I don't think he would really talk to her, say, why'd you do it? I think he'd just flat out kill her, because just in the state that he's in now. But anyway, guys, that's our thoughts on The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 4. What do you guys think? The question of the day for today is going to be, what do you think Rick's mental state was? What kind of state of mind was Rick in when he kicked Carol out of the group? What do you think he was running through his mind when he did that? So that's going to be the question of the day, guys. Put that down in the comment section.
We love to read the comments.
We love to read the comments. I think I've responded to almost every comment. If I haven't got to your comment, I'm sorry. I will get to it. That's going to do it for this video, guys. This is John and Brendan, and we're saying peace.